Welcome to this workshop presented by Cloud Council Private Limited in association with CCGFC Foundation. The new rules of building in the era of AI. So today everyone is pretty much talking about AI, so no surprises with this topic, right? All right, so guys, as I was mentioning, that there's no surprise to this topic because everybody is talking about AI. We've got some thought-provoking statements also coming up every now and then. Just to list one of them is from Puneet Chandok, the president of Microsoft India and South Asia. He was mentioning that, somebody who's trying to start their business now or in the coming years would have machines as one of their co-founders, which was a very bizarre statement then, but we realize now, why he's saying that. Another statement was coming from the CEO of GitHub, where he was mentioning about AI actually writing 90% of codes in the next 2 to 5 years. There are many more statistics also regarding the adoption, regarding talent and skill shifts, expectations, low maturity, so on and so forth, and some studies as well. One of such studies says that 78% of organizations are actually rushing to deploy AI in at least one of their business functions. Right. So while all of these statements, statistics, studies are going around, we also need to see what the results are for this. And to my surprise, I'm not sure how much it would surprise you, but 75 to 95% of enterprise AI projects are failing. It could be to get the impact or to actually even go into the production. Now, as somebody who is trying to build an application or a process, a business process, or even somebody who is an entrepreneur trying to start their own venture, which could be based on AI, we need to understand how these AI projects or AI ventures or AI ventures based on AI, would help us or rather would move forward. And we need to also understand the reasons behind this 75 to 95% of failures so that we learn from them and then actually try to implement things in a better manner. And while we were studying all of this, we realized it is the lack of structured approach that predominantly is resulting in these sort of failures. And pretty much today, we thought that we will talk about this and set everyone up to leverage technology to get the desired benefits, get the benefits that we are actually looking for without failing or at least reducing the probability of failing. And that's why we have today's session where we are starting with the keynote address from an illustrious expert from the AI, DeepTech, and quantum field, who will set the context for us to help us understand about what that landscape looks like and how do we actually deal with the things that are happening there and reduce the kind of mistakes that we are making. Further, we will try to see how we can adopt a builder's mindset so that we can deal within this AI era, or we can be successful within this AI era. We will also be sharing some tools with you so that you can set a direction for yourself with the vision statement so that you can achieve these desired benefits that we are talking about. And this is a workshop, so we want you to get something out of it. We want to ensure that you are not only listening to whatever we are saying, but actually implementing things. And by the end of it, there is an outcome that you can use moving forward. Or we want to set certain things for you that you can take along with you when you leave this particular workshop. So we want you to discover, we would want you to validate, redefine, and also be able to communicate your vision by the end of this workshop. So that's the whole objective of this particular workshop. Now, I am the host for today, Harshita Tripale. I'm the co-founder and CEO. And since we were talking about lack of structured approach, for the last 20 years, I have been supporting organizations across 120 countries to deliver projects with a structured approach. And that brings me to this session as well, so that I can help you also discover your vision by taking a structured approach towards everything that you're doing. Now, this is possible because of Cloud Council, which is an award-winning IT and management consulting company that is trying to bring millions of global jobs to India and thereby reduce the global talent shortage. Cloud Council is ranked amongst the top 50 companies in Maharashtra and recognized to have the best team culture. If we are talking about LinkedIn platform, we have almost 2.5 lakh followers and rank 8th and come in fact at the top. That's in fact the top 10 in the consulting industry. We also have great reviews on Google and Glassdoor. You can always visit our page and see on the platforms as well. And this particular vision of bringing these global jobs to India is led by a team of founders who have delivered consulting projects across 150 plus countries. So today in this session, we have Tushar, who is leading the vision. I am supporting him with execution. With me, we also have Smitesh Shah, who is the Chief Technology Officer, and Dr. Sudhin Baraukar, who is the Chief AI Officer. Last but not the least, our very own CHRO, Subhi Sridankar, who is very instrumental in helping you guys to get those career vision or the career benefits that you want to get for yourself, right? And together we all are trying to build a team, trying to build a workforce that can help us to deliver these projects that we want to bring to India, and also are looking for ecosystem partners who can strengthen our ecosystem and strengthen the way we are facilitating our services. So by 2030, we want to build a workforce of 1 million plus, and also a pool of ecosystem partners of 1 million plus, so that we can achieve our vision. All of these activities are done through the industry academia community, which a free for a cause initiative by us, wherein we connect individuals, that is college students, professionals, companies, and colleges globally. So if you're seeing this particular image, in the background, you see various blue dots. These are the locations from where we have all our community members. So in the last 3 years, we've been able to support 5 lakh individuals from 78 different countries, and this is all organic. And moving forward, we want to strengthen this community to make it 100 million professionals strong, 10 million plus companies strong, and bring in about 1 lakh colleges with whom we can work and work towards this cause, in fact, of eradicating unemployability and empowering the youth of the country and, in fact, across the globe as well. Now, what happens within this community? We support individuals throughout their career life cycle through various activities, including the webinars and workshops that we are doing today, career guidance, internship opportunities, job opportunities, entrepreneurship support, all of this under one roof, just for this cause of eradicating unemployability and making opportunities available for you for a better career. Now, while we do all of this, today's session is pretty much a part of this. This is our first session within the series of webinar, wherein we are actually trying to work with you to help you guys take a structured approach towards your career goals, towards your career vision. And we believe that the first thing starts, everything starts with a vision, because once we have the right direction, all our efforts will be yielding optimized benefits for us. And for taking this session forward, we couldn't have had anyone better than Dr. Sudhin Baraukar. He's an illustrious expert from the field of quantum, AI, and DeepTech as well. He's a scientist, a world's top-ranked technologist in these fields, and he has got more than 30 years of experience in engineering innovation, and he has been at the forefront of digital transformation in the companies like SBI, IBM, Barclays, and GE, to name few. So welcome, Sudhin, to this session, and over to you, Sudhin.
Thank you, Harshada. So welcome all. I wish you all a very warm welcome. I'm Dr. Sudhin Baraukar. Welcome to today's world, where one single prompt has triggered off a $5 trillion investment in hardware, software, tools, models, data centers. This is the largest investment in tech history, and it's not only holding, it's even rising even more. And this gives us a fantastic opportunity to build next generation, I call it automated, autonomic, agentic systems, which will be completely contactless, seamless, and truly transformational. It represents a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It also represents how we completely change the way we approach software development and engineering. Gone are the days where we have been building code, lots of code. I remember in large banks, we have built up so much code. We don't even know where the code repositories are. We don't even know the governance of those code repositories, right? Of course, in the banks I've worked with, you can be rest assured that we have it very well managed. But with this quantum AI, right, is completely changing the way we develop models. I have developed a pilot in 1 week, a MVP in 1 month, and a full-fledged enterprise app in 3 to 4 months. That's the speed at which we can leverage these latest and greatest of technologies. So I have used the GenAI stack that is across the GenAI stack that is across the RAG, data pipelines, knowledge graphs, and then I've combined them with quantum, wherein for a deep dive analysis, I'm using AI plus quantum to build our next generation super apps. The great part is whatever Harshada has described as part of the great initiative that she and the founders have taken over, have done this for the last many years. That includes Harshada, Smitesh, Tushar, and Subi. And of course, I'm now very much a part of the integral team. We have built this entire cloud counselage app as a super app within ourselves, native first. This is the world's first AI quantum super app for branding, hiring, and learning. Right? Nowhere in the world have they done this. Right? What we are going to do is we are going to process. And let me share a few of the snapshots. Can I do that, Harshada? Or you have some questions for me to take on?
No, you can try to share your screen. Smitish, can we allow Celine to share?
Sorry?
Yeah, he will have that.
Yeah. You should be able to share your screen, Celine.
Okay, great. Okay, great. Can everyone...
Yes, we can see your screen, yes.
Okay. Right, so here we see our AI quantum super app for cloud counselage, for the Dolphin Tank India, for the Dolphin scoring, for the GPI evaluation, for the Ideathon evaluation. The entire scoring is built up using our AI quantum. We've already implemented this. We've also built up the entire app security from day zero. This is the entire security stack, the alignment to DPDP, India Digital Act, Digital Protection, Data Protection and Privacy Act 2023, IT Act and certain data principal rights, very, very important. We've also done that. And we've also we are also now building up the entire CRM, sales, everything native first, native AI and quantum first. So whatever Harshada and the founders have discussed and claimed, we've already put it into the practice, and that's what the world wants. AI native and deep tech native applications. Okay. Think of quantum. Everyone knows AI, Gen AI. We know the stack. Think of quantum as we all learned signals, right? We all learned signals in school, right? Sine wave and cosine wave, right? We all did STEM in school, right? So this is where the quantum basically does the analysis of the signal and then transforms that into the different models and AI inferencing. That's the power of quantum. I just recently read, and this is very important, that one of the most legendary and iconic companies in the world, and Tushar and Harshada and Smitesh will all know about what I'm talking about. AT&T, right? AT&T is one of the largest telecom companies in the world, the founder of the Bell Labs, which invented the transistor and fiber optic and all these great innovations. They have started using quantum. If you just Google AT&T D-Wave, a space D-Wave, they have started using quantum networking algorithms to improve their network efficiency by 240 times. This is public news. This is how important is deep tech to our nation, to our students, to the academia, to the faculty, to our founders, to co-founders, to startups, to entrepreneurs. Right? So this is going to be, we are already the application digital transformation capital of the world. We may not be the hardware or the chip capital of the world. We have launched huge transformations as head of innovation at State Bank of India. I benchmarked our core banking systems at 24,000 transactions per second, 1.5 billion transactions a day. This covers more than 500 million customers and 700 million plus accounts. This is the world's most advanced, scalable, state-of-the-art, cutting-edge, bleeding-edge core banking system in the world, developed in India by Indian technologists. We went a step ahead. We also launched YONO, which is a digital lending super app, which can automate and make autonomic the entire digital lending process. There are more than 100 million users now, right? So this is already happening. We are already the application digital transformation deep tech capital of the world. And now with the help of AI and quantum, we can make solutions very fast. We can do a deep dive. We can figure out more than 1 billion signals across. We can now figure out 1 billion. We can process more than 1 billion signals across branding, hiring, and learning. Process it through our engines, our super app, which has more than 100 plus functions. And then make available in real time or near real time all these job opportunities, these AI nudges, the quantum states, the inferencing, right? So this is a great way of building, transforming the next generation products through models, AI quantum models, and which can increase the technical vitality index of the entire nation. Our entire nation is going to start using AI and quantum, build our own SLMs, internal SLMs. We are not going to be dependent on any foreign or rival country SLMs, LLMs rather. We are going to build our own specific AI quantum super app SLMs for India specific and global specific jobs, hiring, learning, and branding. Okay. So I wish all the very, very best. And we are all out there to help you. We are all out there to mentor you all. We are all out there to make you all, ensure that you all conquer the world. Otherwise, we will get conquered. Right. So please reach us to all of us, and wish you all the very best in your careers. Thank you.
Thank you, Sudhin. That was insightful indeed, as always. It's always a pleasure to hear you and hear you talk about deep tech and quantum with so much of passion. So I'm sure there will be many questions that these guys might have. So all the attendees, if you have any questions, please let us know towards the end of the session, and we will, Sudhin, since Sudhin has a hard stop, we will, let him go at this moment, but we will surely get all your questions answered. So thank you, Sudhin, for making time for this particular session and sharing all the insights with the participants. Thanks a lot. You're on mute, Sudhin. We are unable to hear you. You're on mute.
Sorry, I'll try to rejoin back at 8:15 and take
Amazing.
up any questions.
That would be great. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sudhin. Thanks a lot. Have a good evening. So I hope my screen is visible to everybody now, the presentation. Moving forward from, after getting these insights from Sudhin, I hope it kind of gives you a sense of how the landscape is and what the possibilities are. As Sudhin mentioned, that with AI, quantum, and deep tech, the speed with which we can develop things or with which we can execute things have really improved. The speed is very high, and indeed the world has changed. When we are talking about AI. And when the world is changing, obviously the rules are also changing, and we have some new rules where initially, like Sudhin mentioned, we were looking for capital, large teams, more of technical resources and long development cycles. Now in the AI era, we have AI co-pilots, right? Like the co-founders that we were talking about, Puneet Chandok's statement. There are no-code tools that can be easily used to create applications. We have a global reach now due to the globalization across, and there is faster prototyping, as Sudhin also mentioned, and there is near zero experimentation. We can test our products at nearly no cost. So with all of these things, we need to operate also in a different way. So since we are talking about AI making everything faster, or helping everyone build faster, what do you think then will be the competitive advantage for all of us in this AI era? I do not need answers, but I want you guys to spend a minute to think about what could be the one thing out of all of this that will give us a competitive edge. Think about it. Keep this question in your mind, and we will revisit this towards the end of the session. I hope by then you will get the answer to that. Now, while we are trying to deal with or work with new rules, builder's mindset is something that is going to come to our rescue. Now, what exactly is builder mindset? Some of the characteristic of having builder mindset is you need to create opportunities. The individuals with builder mindset are not somebody who wait for the opportunities to come. Now, when we are saying you have to create opportunities, it need not necessarily mean that you have to start something on your own or you have to be a startup founder for this. No. Irrespective of whether you are a job seeker or you are an aspiring entrepreneur or an experienced professional or even an experienced founder, these are the things that you need to imbibe so that you will be successful in the AI era. All right. So when we are talking today, things might be not just relevant for the founders, but it is also for the individuals who are trying to seek job or trying to build something for the organization that they work for. All right. So starting thing one is obviously create opportunities. We need to focus on the possibilities. What could be the options that are available? What are the things that we can do? We should be ready to experiment to find the answers. We should be ready to learn from the failures instead of getting bogged down by the failures. We need to create solutions for the problems that exist. We need to be comfortable with uncertainty, right? And instead of blaming the uncertainty, we adapt to that uncertainty and then flourish within that and build and test the ideas. We need to keep doing things. We need to keep taking actions so that we can reach or get the desired benefits that we want. So these are predominantly the characteristics of an individual with a builder mindset. Now, for somebody who currently might not have all the characteristics, how do we start building these qualities within us? Right. So some of the things that you need to imbibe, first of all, is vision thinking. What is the future that I would want to create? You need to ask this question to yourself. Think about it and then operate accordingly. We need to be somebody who is obsessed with the problem. We need to identify a problem which is worth, dedicating our number of years to. So when you are looking at something, you should be comfortable spending few of your next years, maybe 5 to 10 years over the period of time. You should be able to dedicate that time to solving that problem. You should be biased for action. Now, what that means is you do not need to wait for everything to be perfect. So don't wait till you have a perfect skill to start something, working on a project or, starting on some initiative. You need to start with small things, start with whatever you have. And eventually, as you work on it, you will find out ways to improve yourself. So you create something at the start. It might not be perfect. You improve it and then enhance it. So I would like to add one example here. Just very recently, as I mentioned, that we have a lot of activities that we do as part of IAC. So we have one such initiative, which is Global Professional Internships. We had one individual who was just a first year diploma student, and he joined the internships and he developed the entire project without even knowing what that particular domain was when he started. And he learned everything. He did a project in web development. He learned everything about web development in those 2.5 months time that he spent with us. And then he had delivered a fantastic project which was running. I mean, the code was running. We could utilize that particular project that he has created. So if he would have waited for himself to learn things, become perfect and do or build a project, he might not be able to move forward. But because he started building something, he was able to get the desired outcomes. So now is the time when you do not have to wait till you become perfect, but move forward. The other thing that you need to develop is the learning agility. You need to keep yourself up to date with what is happening around you. You need to keep getting that new knowledge. And you will see whenever you attend the sessions conducted by IAC and Cloud Councillors, this is one quality that we will be talking about throughout. This is one skill that we would ask you or urge you to build, because this is how you would be able to cope up with what's happening around you. You need to be resourceful. You cannot complain that I do not have certain things. You need to achieve with whatever you have. And as you move forward, it's the same. Like when you take action, you will be able to achieve the benefits. You need to be resourceful in thinking that what is it that is with me and what best I can do from whatever is available with me. You have to take ownership. What can I do next? Right? That should be your question, because that is what will give you an edge over others. And that will make you think in a different way and give you a competitive edge. And at the same time, you need to build for impact. How can I make lives better? I'll show you, a few slides down the line. I will talk about some of the organizations also So when you think big, this is something that we also get from our founder Tushar, that you need to have a look at the bigger picture. You have to think big so that you will be able to then do better things when you are thinking big, right? So you have to understand what is it that what's the impact that you can create. Now, when you start thinking on these lines, you automatically develop the builder's mindset. All right. Now, for those of you, maybe you have, this term might be new for you guys, so we can have a quick assessment. I do not need any answers. You do not need to type in anything in the chat box. This is for you guys to reflect upon these statements and the questions, and rate yourself on the scale of 1 to 5 for each of the statement. The first one is vision. So I hope you have your pen paper with you, or you can even use your phones for that matter. Try to rate yourself on each of this. For the vision, I have a clear future I want to create. I understand the problem I want to solve. I regularly turn ideas into experiments. I actively seek feedback and learn quickly. I take responsibility for outcomes. I continue despite setbacks. I want to create meaningful change. Now, there is no right or wrong answer to this, guys. You have to analyze for yourself. What is it? Where do you currently stand? Okay, I'll give you 2 minutes for this. This is not very time-consuming activity. Just write, and I'll tell you how to count the score also. Okay. Since this is a workshop, we will have a lot of interactive things and a lot of exercises for you to work on, so that at the end of it, you will be able to achieve the desired outcome. All right. I think that much time is enough. This is how you calculate your score. Just sum up everything. If your answer to, suppose the first question is 3 and your answer to the second question is 5. So you have to calculate 3 plus 5 and then whatever is the total. Similarly, keep adding on the other the numbers for the other parameters also. If your score is between 30 to 35, you are an emerging founder leader. If it is between 20 to 29, you are developing that builder mindset. And if it is less than 20, then you have the opportunity to strengthen your founder habits. Okay. So if at all your score is less, you need not worry. There are certain thumb rules that you can follow. As I mentioned during the earlier slide also, you stop waiting for being perfect. Think about problems, not products. You have to look at AI as your co-founder and not your replacement. So you need to understand how better you can use AI. AI is not going to do what the statement means, is that AI is going to support you. Like in any company, the founder is somebody who has the vision, and the co-founders are somebody who will help the founder execute that vision. Similarly, AI will be your co-founder. It will help you to implement your vision. It's not going to be able to replace you. All right. Speed beats perfection. As I said, this is pretty much related to the rule number 1. So you need to keep taking actions, whatever we discussed in the earlier slides. This is what it means. You need to work fast. You need to take actions, and that will also build your confidence while you are taking the actions. All right. And try to do something which is mission driven, because that is what will keep you motivated. That is what will keep other people to associate, that will lead to other people associate with you. So follow these rules, and then you will be able to improve your score. Try to evaluate this every now and then at regular intervals, so that you know where you stand today with respect to the mindset that you need for being successful in this era and in the future as well. All right. Moving forward, then, there is an additional exercise that we are giving to the founders. So anyone who is more inclined towards building their own ventures, this exercise is for you guys. I'm not going to wait for you to do it now. You can take a screenshot of this and try to answer these questions. All right. So that you get the values, you get the direction that you would want to move forward in. All right. I hope everyone has taken the screenshots for this as well. Now we're moving to the next section that we have, which is about vision statement. As I mentioned at the start, we will try to discover your vision. We will try to then validate it, refine it, and also help you to communicate it at the end of it. All right. So as we talk about this session, first of all, because we have quite a few other sessions also coming up in the weeks ahead, we would want to know a preferred time slot that you guys would want to join the session zone. All right. We have a session planned on 22nd, which will be at 11 o'clock. This is a Saturday. But for the rest of the sessions, we thought it would be useful for us if we get the preferred time slots from you, and then we will be able to. So the team is launching a poll, and you guys can please quickly answer on that, and then we will move forward with the rest of the session. And since I'm sure there will be other participants who will be seeing these recordings as well. So for them, these polls will be there for another couple of weeks on our WhatsApp channels, on the IAC chat rooms and the feed also. So please feel free to share your preferred slots with us. And I think with that, we will move forward. All right. So firstly, when we are talking about vision statement, we have been engaging with a lot of individuals at all levels, right? From college students to young professionals, experienced professionals, even entrepreneurs, somebody who's willing to be an entrepreneur, or they are already entrepreneurs. So what we have observed is, people who are clear about what they want to achieve, they have been really successful in their careers. And especially if any of you are trying to be an entrepreneur, having a vision is really important, because once you have that clarity, as I mentioned earlier also in today's session, you will have all your efforts will go in the right direction. Otherwise, your efforts could go wasted, right? And like Steve Jobs also had mentioned, that if you are working on something exciting that you really care about, you don't have to be pushed. The vision pulls you, right? So the motivation and all of these bits that people talk about, that will come automatically when you have this clarity of where you want to be. And that is why we are emphasizing so much on having a vision statement before you actually start building on anything, right? As I said, even if you're a job seeker or you are somebody who is trying to be an entrepreneur, for both, this is valid. Okay, the career direction is really, really important. Now, what is a vision statement? It needs to answer this question. If I succeed, what will be different in the world? Right? So it gives you a clear description of what you want to be in the future, what you want to do in the future, for whom you want to do. That is what your vision statement is. And once you discover that, it becomes very easy for you to make the right choices. Okay. Now, how do you do that? We will have certain exercises, but the major four ways in which you can think for the vision that you want to have is build something or think of something that you really enjoy doing. You must have seen or heard people talking about, picking up your passion as your career. But that is not, when they say passion, it's something that you enjoy doing. All right. Other things is how you can know what not to do is also a good way to build your vision. That is eliminating what you don't like. All right. You can also then include what you would regret not doing. If you are, thinking of doing something and you feel that if I don't do it now, maybe 5 years down the line, I would not be happy for not doing it. So try making that also part of your vision. And if all of this also doesn't give you a clarity, just simply keep doing what you do best. Think about what people appreciate you for. Think about why people come to you. And based on that, you can keep on doing those same things so that in the process, you will achieve that vision or that purpose that you want to work for. All right. So these are at macro level. This is how you can go about developing your vision statement. There are various, I have just shown 4 over here. These are very popular frameworks that you can use. The Ikigai Golden Circle by Simon Sinek. Then there is this BHAG, which is, a big, hairy, audacious goal. So that's another framework. You also have future back thinking framework. So these are some of the popular frameworks that you can use for your developing your vision statement. Now, these things are easily available on the internet, so I'm not dwelling deep into each of the framework. If you want to use any of them, for me, Golden Circle is the easiest one because there are not too many parameters within that. So I generally start any topic, any work that I want to do. I only focus on the why, what, and how aspect of it. And it just comes out fine for me. But different frameworks will work for different people. There are more than these 4 also. You can look into any of them to start with. All right. But these are just to give you a sense of what sort of tools are available for you to develop that. Okay. Now, if you remember, we were talking about the builders. The last point when we were talking about builder mindset was building for the impact. Now, you would see, now I've listed few of the organizations. Again, these are very few and very well-known organizations to everybody. Now you can see, look at their vision statements. Microsoft empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. So they're talking about everybody. They're talking about population scale. They're talking about planet. That's the bigger goal that they want to achieve. That's the bigger vision that they want to achieve. If you're looking at Tesla, they're talking about, again, the world, accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. So they're thinking at a bigger scale and want to do something good for the society. Now, Google says organize the world's information and make universally accessible and useful. Airbnb says create a world where everyone can belong anywhere. Right? So you can see that everybody is thinking on a larger scale. The canvas is very wide. Now, people might argue that, okay, these are big organizations, they can think big. But I would argue, I would say take it in a different way, that these organizations are big because they had a bigger vision. Right? So the bottom line is that we need to think big and have bigger vision. Now, how do you get to that is something that we will see in the next slides. So let's do this exercise. If the team can put this prompt in the chat for the participants to copy paste it in any of the GPTs that you use, whether Copilot, Claude, Perplexity, ChatGPT, Gemini, any of the ones that you use, you can put this prompt, and all of these interests, the problems, your skills that you have, all of these inputs you can give in the prompt, and then run that prompt to see what you get from it. Since we are in the AI age, let's just start with this. It will be relatively simple rather than thinking on each of the parameters. So take 5 minutes to actually discover your vision rather. This is more of a discovery exercise. We will build and refine it in the coming slides. I think even the team members can try doing these exercises. It will be really helpful. So each one of us can get some output from this workshop. So I would just suggest that, you need not think about multiple interests or multiple problems. You can just start with any one specific thing that is very close to you, and then you can see the output that you're getting. All right. So that will help you to get the results faster and at least have something with you. As I said, don't wait for this prompt to be perfect. So that's the builder mindset again. So start with minimal inputs and see what you're getting. Okay, and it's a mere copy paste again with few inputs. And again, these all things are for you guys. It is not something that we will ask you to submit or put in the chat box. All right. So this is more for you to understand your own vision. It need not be shared with us at all. Okay, since this is a very easy exercise, I think you can look into that. I will move to the next slide given the time constraint that we have as well. Now, based on whatever you have discovered, you can use this template, which is here. The team can copy paste the template for the participants to use and create the vision statement. These are few parameters only that you can put in. This is for now. If you want an elaborate vision statement, we have also added a template for it, which you can get from this QR code. So you just have to be part of the workflow, and you can download all the templates that you would have for the workshops that are going on. So to start with the vision statement. All right. I'm also sharing an example that will help you to build these statements. All right. You can also take a screenshot if you want to spend more time on this. Take a screenshot and try to develop the statement. Okay, there is an example as well. This example is pretty much what we are doing at Cloud Council. So when we try to develop our vision statement, we thought of all of these things. We believe that quality education should be accessible to everyone. So when we say education, this is more of opportunities. May it be internship opportunities, may it be entrepreneurship opportunities, may it be opportunities to get industry trainings, etc. And that's why the industry academia community. So we wanted a platform where we nobody is restricted. Irrespective of the economic strata or their skills, they still have something to do on this platform. So even if you look at our global professional internships, we do not have any selection criteria in them. Anybody, if you want to work on any of the 54 domains that we have, you can pretty much join the platform and take up that internship. No one is going to interview you, or no one is going to test your skills before you join the internship, right? So you can build anything that you want. So that with that belief, we had started. And then I am committed to solving skill inequality among the youth. That is pretty much what I mentioned. And through AI-powered learning solutions, I will help students gain industry-ready skills. And that is what pretty much our super app, the quantum AI-based super app, is also doing. And my vision is to create a future where geography and economics no longer limit the opportunity. So we want to have this platform. In fact, IAC is a platform that gives equal opportunity, as I mentioned, irrespective of your economic strata or wherever you are based. Right. So we have actually solved this problem of tier 2, tier 3 city students or young professionals or freshers not getting the opportunity for jobs or for internship. That is something that we have already solved via the IAC platform and the Global Professional Internships Initiative. And what success means to us is enabling 1 million learners to build sustainable careers. So by end of this year, in fact, we have a vision to have 1 million people being part of this community and have come out of unemployability as well. All right. So please take this example refer this example while you're trying to build your vision statement as well, plus all the aspects that we mentioned on the earlier slides. And as I said, for the elaborate vision statement, you can go to this QR code. I think the link is also shared by the team in the chat. I hope that's already done. Okay, amazing. Thank you, guys. Now, after you have looked at each of or have filled in these blanks, which you see here, how do you check if your vision is good or not? These are some of the questions you need to answer on your own. Does this focus on impact rather than features? Does it inspire others to join the mission? As I mentioned that, if you're working for impact, automatically you will have people who connect with you, who would want to associate with you. And can it guide decisions over the next 5 to 10 years? Okay. Then does it define who benefits from this? Is it larger than a single product or a startup? And does it excite me enough to pursue despite challenges? If your answer to all of these questions is yes, your vision statement is good enough to start with. All right. You can also test your vision with others, that is your potential customers, investors, mentors, and team members. Okay. So you can give this particular prompt to any of the GPT that you are using and see how they are reacting to the vision statement that you have created. Okay, that will give you a sense of how people would react to what you're trying to build. Okay, whether it is a pet project or whether it is a startup idea. Use this prompt and you will get the answers for that as well. And your vision statement gets tested. So as I said that the objective was not only to help you discover, but we also wanted you to validate whatever you're creating is good enough or no. So this is something that will help you to validate. All right. Now, based on the inputs that you're getting, based on the feedback that you are getting, you can then optimize your vision statement such that you get a satisfactory validation from the stakeholders. Okay. For each of the role, you will have these questions being answered by the GPT. I hope this prompt is shared with everyone in the chat. Thank you. Thank you. All right, you can have all of these saved, guys. Just in the interest of time, I'm moving fast with the other slides as well. And when you are getting the output, how you know till when you have to define your vision statement is till your customers say that this this solves a problem that I care about, till your mentors say that this is meaningful and achievable, until the future team members say that I would join this mission. Okay, that's when your statement, your vision statement gets validated. Now, again, as we approach the end of this session, you can think about this first question that I had shared with you guys, that if AI can help everyone build faster, what is going to be our competitive edge? Right? So the vision is something that definitely is going to be a competitive edge, because products may change, technologies will evolve, markets will shift, but the founder's vision will stay. All right. So with this session and with all the tools and the templates that we have shared with you today, you should be able to develop your vision statement and your founder's manifesto as well. If you are somebody who's trying to build your own venture, these two templates are available for you, and you can create these deliverables. Okay. So the next workshop is for you guys to understand how do you identify problems that are worth solving. So again, this is also going to be an interactive session, an expert-led session, and where you will have similar reinforcement tasks. There will be very interesting reinforcement tasks over there as well. And this is going to happen on 22nd of August at 11 a.m. IST. And the links for this will be available. Since you are now already on the platform, you will get the notification for this on your emails, and also in the feed and the chat rooms, I believe. So if you have joined the WhatsApp channel or the Telegram channel, you'll get the notifications there as well, and on all our social media platforms. Tomorrow, for those of you who are part of the Dolphin Tank India initiative, we have a session between 6 to 7 p.m. So if you have completed your vision statement, if you need feedback, or if you need any support to develop that vision statement or the founder's manifesto, we will be working with you. We will be giving you one-on-one feedback once you share that with us during the session. So for the mentorship and for the query resolution, you guys can attend the session between 6 to 7 p.m. tomorrow. And this would happen on every Wednesday. So everything that we discuss in this particular workshop, you will be able to showcase that during the session. And if you're facing any difficulties in delivering those tasks, you can then discuss them with us. All right. And I think the link is again shared in the chat. If not, if the team can please share that link in the chat. That's where you can join the workflow also, and we'll get to. I think that's it from me. I hope you have got enough tools to create your vision statement. Thank you.